Hello viewers, welcome to May-June 2012 WAEC, also known as WASI, Past Questions and Detailed Solution, General Mathematics, Mathematics Core Paper 1, Objective Test, Questions 1 to 50, Solution to 50 questions in one video. Question 1, express 302.10495 correct to 5 SF. Solution: SF means non-zero numbers from left. So 5 SF means the first 5 non-zero numbers from left. If you can't, your focus will be on 0. Now 0 that is in between 2 SF becomes significant. So if you look at 4 is less than 5, you round it down to 0 and add it to this 0, it remains the same. So you have 302.10. A is the correct option. Question 2, simplify 3 root 5 times 4 root 6 over 2 root 2 times 3 root 3. All the roots are already in their simplest form. So let's try and reduce the coefficients. 3 cancel 3. If you reduce 4 by 2, 2 is remaining. Alright? From here, if you multiply these two together, you have root 6, so that it cancels root 6. Then 2 times root 5 is 2 root 5. D is the correct option. Question 3. In 1995, the enrollment of two schools, S and Y, were 1,050 and 1,190 respectively. Find the ratio of the enrollments of S and Y. So you have ratio S to Y, and you have 1,050 ratio 1,190. If you divide through by 5, you have this result. At this point, 2 can divide through and you have this. You have this. From here, you divide through by, okay, let's check, to have this 1. Okay. If you check very well from this point, 7 can divide and you have 15 ratio 17 in lowest form. B is the correct option. Question 4, convert 35 base 10 to number in base 2. To do this, the process is continuous division until the last digit is 0. You divide 35 by base 2 and you record the remainder at each division. So you have 35 divided by 2, you have 17, remainder 1. 17 divided by 2, you have 8, remainder 1. Divide 8 by 2, 4, remainder 0. Divide 4 by 2, 2, remainder 0. Divide 2 by 2, 1, remainder 0. Divide 1 by 2, 0, remainder 1. And you take the remainder upward. So you have 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, base 2. B is the correct option. Okay, 1000. C is the correct option, not B. C is the correct option. Question 5. The nth term of a sequence is t sub n equal to 5 plus n minus 1 all squared. Evaluate t sub 4, that is t sub 4 minus t sub 6. So this is the nth term. At t sub 4, it means n is equal to 4. So you replace n with 4. If you simplify, you have 14. At t sub 6, it means n is equal to 6. Replace n by 6. If you simplify, you have 30. Therefore, t sub 5 minus t sub 6 is equal to 14 minus 30, and that is minus 16. C is the correct option. Question 6. Mr. Manu traveled from Accra to Pamfukrom, a distance of 720 kilometers in 8 hours. What will be his speed in meters per second? Solution. Speed is always distance over time. Now, the given distance is 720 in kilometers and the time is 8 hours. To get the speed in this unit, you simply convert 720 kilometers to meters by multiplying it by 1000, and you convert this to first minutes. You multiply it by 60 and convert it to second, multiplied by another 60. If you cancel off the zeros in the denominator, you have this result. So 2 zeros disappear from here. If you multiply and divide, you have 25 meters per second. A is the correct option. Question 7. If 2,500 naira amounted to 3,500 naira in 4 years at simple interest, find the rate at which the interest was charged. From the question, principal is 2,500 naira. The amount, which is principal plus interest, is 3,500 naira. The time is 4 years. The rate is unknown. The interest is known. To get the rate, we need to use the amount formula. In that formula, the interest is needed. So we get the interest in terms of the rate. So this is interest formula. You replace principal and time with their values. If you divide and multiply, or multiply and divide, you have 100 arrow as the interest. Amount is principal plus interest. This is amount, this is principal, this is interest. If you transfer 2,500, you have it in this form. If you subtract, you have 1,000 equal to 100 arrow. Divide through by 100, arrow is equal to 10%. D is the correct option. Question 8. Solve for s in the equation 1 over s plus 2 over 3s equal to 1 over 3. This is the equation. I always prefer clearing fractions. To do that, multiply through by the LCM of 3s. That is the LCM of the denominators. If you multiply the first term by 3s, you have 3 remaining. You multiply second term by 3s, 3s cancel 3s, 2 is remaining, equal to, you multiply the right hand side by 3s, 3 cancel 3, s times 1 is s. So you have 5 equal to s. Therefore, s is equal to 5. A is the correct option. Question 9. Simplify 54k squared minus 6 over 3k plus 1. Clearly, 3k plus 1 is already in simplest form. So the numerator, let us begin by factoring out the common term, that is 6. So this is the problem. If you factor out 6, you are left with 9k squared minus 1. Now it's getting better. Already k is squared. You can express 9 as 3 squared. You can express 1 as 1 squared. We are aiming at difference of 2 squares. You have it in this form. You factor out power of 2 from here. It becomes this. By difference of 2 squared, 3k all squared minus 1 square simplifies to this, all over 3k plus 1. 3k plus 1 cancel 3k plus 1. You are left with 6 bracket open, 3k minus 1. C is the correct option. Question 10. Represent the inequality minus 7 less than 4s plus 9 less than or equal to 13 on a number line. You have solution. First, you need to solve it. The way it is, you cannot solve it directly. You need to break it into 2 equal parts. The first term and second term together, second term and third term together in this form. If you transfer the respective constant term, that is plus 9, you have this result. If you subtract, you have this result. Divide through by 4. For each case, you have this result. Next, we combine the solution set. You start with minus 4 less than s. When you come here, you meet s. So s is already there. We take one of it, less than or equal to 1. This symbol, we use open dots, and this symbol you use tick dots. So we have minus 4 less than equal to s less than equal to 1. By that, option B is correct. This open dot is for the first sign, then the tick dot is for the second sign. One is straight and one is weak. Pythagoras simplified maths. If you are viewing and watching from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe for more updates. Like and share PSM videos. If you are viewing and watching from Facebook, follow and like the page for more updates. Also share PSM videos. Question 11. Make P the subject of the relation Q equal to 3P over arrow plus S over 2. Solution. This is the given relation. Let us try and clear the fractions by multiplying through by 2 arrow, the LCM of the denominators. You multiply the first term by 2 arrow, you have this result. You multiply this by 2 arrow, only 2 is left, times 3p, you have 6p. Multiply this by 2 arrow, arrow is remaining, times arrow times s, you have arrow s. For us to get 6p first, Transfer this term to the left hand side and you have this result equal to 6p. Divide through by 6. P is equal to 2q minus s over 6. By this, D is the correct option. Question 12. If s plus y is equal to 2y minus s plus 1 and is equal to 5, find the value of s. Solution. The equation implies that the first term, s plus y, can be equated to the constant 5. That gives equation 1. The second term can also be equated to the constant term 5. That is what you have here. To follow the order of equation 1, if you rearrange by considering s first, you have to transfer minus s, it becomes plus s. You transfer plus 2y, it becomes minus 2y. Now 1 is here, you transfer plus 5, it becomes minus 5. And that simplifies to s minus 2y equal to minus 4. You call that equation 2. So you solve both equations simultaneously using elimination method. Okay? So we have equation 1, equation 2. Multiply through equation 1 by 2. That is because you are asked to find s. So I want to eliminate y directly, and to do that, y must have the same coefficient in both equations. Now that here is 2, multiply through equation 1 by 2, so that here become 2. By the time you add, y is eliminated. You are adding because the signs are different in both equations. So you multiply through equation 1 by 2, it becomes 2s plus 2y equal to 10. You call this equation 3. Now add equations 2 and 3. That is s plus 2s, 3s minus 2y plus 2y is 0. Minus 4 plus 10 is 6. So you have 3s equal to 6. Divide through by 3, s is equal to 2. B is the correct option. Question 13. The sum of 12 and 1/3 of n is 1 more than twice n. You should express the statement in the form of an equation. So let's consider this part. The sum of 12 and 1/3 of n. This is the meaning, and is equal to 1 more than twice n. Twice n is 2n. More than 1 means plus 1. Multiply through by 3 to clear fraction, you have this result. Since the right hand side is 0 in all the options, transfer all the terms to the left hand side and you have it in this form. By the time you add like terms, you have 5n minus 33 equal to 0. D is the correct option. Question 14. Solve the inequality minus m over 2 minus 5 over 4 greater than or equal to 5m over 12 minus 7 over 6. This is the given inequality. Multiply through by the LCM of 12 to clear fractions. If you multiply each term by 12, you have this result. Next thing is to collect like terms. Minus 6m is here, If you transfer plus 5m, it becomes minus 5n greater 5m greater than or equal to minus 14 is here. You transfer minus 15, it becomes plus 15, and you have minus 11m greater than or equal to 1. To get m, divide both sides by minus 11. You should note that anytime you are multiplying or dividing both sides of an inequality by a negative number, the given sign or symbol of inequality also changes. So if you divide both sides by minus 11, this symbol changes from greater than or equal to less than or equal to in this form. C is the correct option. Question 15. The curved surface area of a tin in form of cylinder is 704 square centimeters. If the radius of its base is 8 cm, find the height. For a cylinder, the curved surface area is 2 pi ROH. That surface area is 704 times 2 times pi, 22/7 times radius 8 times height h. Multiply through by 7 to clear fraction. You have this result. To get the height, divide both sides by 44 times 8. You have it in this form. That reduces to 2 times 7, and that is 14 cm. A is the correct option. Question 16. The length of the minor and major arcs of a circle are 54 cm and 126 cm respectively. You are asked to calculate the angle of the major sector. Here we don't have much information. You don't have the radius, so you cannot use the length of arc formula at all. But let's go this way. Let theta be the angle of the minor sector. Now anytime you subtract the angle of the minor sector from total angles 360 degrees, what you have is the angle of the major sector. You have it in this form. So here we go through ratio approach, that is the angle of the minor sector, because from the question you have the minor sector first. Ratio angle of the major sector is equal to the length of arc for the minor sector ratio length of arc for the major sector. What I just said is the expression you have here. So next thing, you can express it in form of fraction. You have it. If you reduce the right hand side, you have 3/7. You cross multiply, you have this result. If you open the bracket in the right hand side, you have this result. Next thing is to collect like terms, and you have 7 theta plus 3 theta equal to 1080. If you add, you have 10 theta equal to 1080. Divide through by 10. Theta is equal to 108 degrees. That is the angle of the minor arc. So angle of the major, okay, that is the angle of the major minor sector. The angle of the minor sector. So the angle of the major sector is 360 degrees minus theta. That is what you have here, and that is 252 degrees. B is the correct option. Question 17. A sector of a circle which subtends an angle of 172 degrees at the center of the circle has a perimeter of 600 centimeters. Find, correct to the nearest centimeters, the radius of the circle. Perimeter of a sector, the formula is 2 radius plus length of arc. Perimeter is 600, radius is unknown. This is the angle subtended, then pi, and radius unknown. Okay, so if you simplify this term, you have these results. Now, if you divide 2 by 90, here becomes 43 over 45. If you multiply these 3 terms together, you have these results. So let's multiply through by 315 to clear fraction, and you have these results. If you multiply the right hand side, you have these results, and this finally. To get arrow, divide both sides by 1576. So arrow is equal to this, and you have 119.9238. To the nearest centimeter, you have 120 centimeters. A is the correct option. Question 18. In the diagram, Q arrow is equal to 10, S arrow is equal to 8, angle QPS is 30 degrees, angle QRP is 90 degrees, and PS is equal to S. Find S. If we are looking at Q arrow, arrow P along this angle, it is tangent, where P arrow is S plus 8, so that we can get S. So tan 30 degrees is equal to, you have opposite over adjacent, that is 10 over adjacent S plus 8. If you cross multiply, you have this result. Now let's get S plus 8 first by dividing through by tan 30 degrees. You have it in this form. That leads to this, and you have this. To get S, transfer plus 8 to the right hand side. So S is equal to 17.322 minus 8, that is 9.322. The answer is 2 decimal places, so you have 9.32 centimeters. C is the correct option. Question 19. In triangle SYZ, SY is 8 cm, YZ is 10 cm, and SZ is 6 cm. Which of these relations is true? Solution. Looking at the 3 sides, you can perceive what we call Pythagoras triples. In other words, if you take the sum of squares of 2 sides, it gives the third side. That is, 10 squared is equal to 6 squared plus 8 squared. That is 100 equal to 36 plus 64. If you relate this, you have this side. That is option D. Question 20. In the diagram, O is the center of the circle PQRS and angle PSRO is 86 degrees. If angle PORO is S degrees, find S. S is angle at center, while this one is angle at circumference. So angle PORO is equal to 2 times angle PSRO. Angle at center is equal to twice angle at circumference. So S is equal to 2 times 86 degrees. That is 172 degrees. B is the correct option. Pythagoras Simplified Maths. If you are watching and viewing from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share PSM videos. If you are watching and viewing from Facebook, follow and like the page for more updates. Also share PSM videos. Question 21. The diagram is a circle center O. If angle SPRO is equal to 2m and angle SQRO is equal to n, express m in terms of n. Solution. From the diagram, 2m is equal to n angles in the same segment. To find m in terms of n simply means you should make m to stand alone. So divide through by 2. M is equal to n over 2. A is the correct option. Question 22. In the diagram, MQ is parallel ROS. Angle TUV is equal to 70 degrees and angle ROLV is 30 degrees. Find the value of S. To get S easily, this angle is needed so that S is a sum of 70 degrees and this angle. Exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the two opposite interior angles. And to get this angle is needed with the help of this. That is what you have in the diagram. Now A is equal to 30 degrees, corresponding angles. B is equal to A, equal to 30 degrees, vertically opposite angles. Now S is equal to 70 degrees plus B. This is the reason. And S is equal to 70 degrees plus 30 degrees, and that is 100 degrees. C is the correct option. Question 23. In the diagram, MN, PQ, and ROS are three intersecting straight lines. Which of the following statement is or are true? Let's find that. But before then, you have it that T is equal to S from the diagram. Y is equal to N and M is equal to Z, vertically opposite angles. Now let's check. T is equal to Y. That is not true. S plus Y plus Z plus M. That means these four angles are on a straight line. That is not true. Now let's check this. S plus M plus N equal to 180 degrees. Okay. Now if you check this line, you have M plus Y plus S, and Y is equal to N. So you can replace Y with N. So this option is true. Let's check this. S plus n. S plus n is equal to m plus z. That is not true. So we have this is the only true option, and that is option C. Question 24. If cos s plus 40 degrees is equal to 0.0872, what is the value of s? First, you need to get s plus 40 by taking inverse of cosine of both sides. You have it in this form. The inverse of cosine of this value is 84.99 degrees. So you have s plus 40 equal to that value. To get s, transfer this term to the other side, and you have s equal to 84.99 degrees minus 40 degrees, and that is 44.9 degrees. To the nearest degree, you have 45 degrees. D is the correct option. Question 25. A kite flies on a taut string of length 50 meters, inclined at an angle of 54 degrees to the horizontal ground. The height of the kite above the ground is, so let's get that. From the information, you have this as the ground level. The kite flies on this string. You know, you'll be seeing it up when little children are doing their own kite. So if the kite is somewhere here, this is the height of the kite from the ground level. Considering the height h as opposite and 50 as hypotenuse, we must use sine. 54 degrees equal to h over 50, and h is equal to 50 sine 54 degrees as the height of the kite. B is the correct option. Question 26. The position of three ships P, Q, and arrow at C are illustrated in the diagram. The arrows indicate the north direction. The bearing of Q from P is 050 degrees, and angle PQ arrow is equal to 72 degrees. Calculate the bearing of arrow from Q. Bearing of arrow from Q, that is from this point to this point. Alright, so the diagram is adjusted to this form. Now, if you indicate the cardinal points here, this angle 50 here is also 50, that is alternate angle. Now, if here is 50 and the whole of this angle is 72 degrees, here becomes 22 degrees. The whole of this side is 180, and what you need is from here to this point. Already here is 22 degrees. The remaining part becomes 180 degrees minus 22 degrees, and that is 158 degrees. B is the correct option. Question 27. Given that the mean of the scores 15, 21, 17, 26, 18, and 29 is 21. Calculate the standard deviation of the scores. The scores we have here are on grouped data. So you use this formula to get the standard deviation. The mean is given to you in the question. So you represent the data with S so that you get S minus S bar. That is S minus mean. The mean is 21. So 15 minus 21 is minus 6. 21 minus 21 is 0, and so on. This part you need to square before you add. So if you square minus 6, you have 36. You square 0, 0. You square minus 4, 16, and so on. Summation means you add this column down and you have 150. Now you have 6 observations or 6 scores. Therefore, the standard deviation is equal to this. The summation of S minus S bar all squared is 150 divided by 6. That is root 25, and you have 5 as the standard deviation. C is the correct option. Question 28. A bag contains 4 red and 6 black balls of the same size. If the balls are shuffled briskly and 2 balls are drawn one after the other without replacement, find the probability of picking balls of different colors. So you have solution. Different colors means you have to consider the various possibility. You can get red and blue, or black, or you can get black or red. So you have it that the probability that different colors were picked are probability red and black, or probability black and red, and implies multiplication or implies addition. Total balls are 10. Remember, here the condition is without replacement. That means after picking 1 ball, the total will be affected before the next round of picking. So here red balls are 4. At this point the total is 10. So you have 4 over 10 times, before you pick black ball, the total is now 9. So times 6 over 9 plus, if you come here at this level of picking, the balls in the bag are still 10. The black there are 6. So you have 6 over 10 times, after picking, before picking red, the total remains 9 times 4 over 9. That simplifies to this. You add the like fractions. You add 24 and 24. You have 48 over 90, and that simplifies to 8 over 15. A is the correct option. The bar chart shows the frequency distribution of marks scored by students in a class test. Use the bar chart to answer questions 29 to 31 to 31. So let's start with 29. How many students are in the class? To get that, that is from the frequency column, axis or number of students. Those that score 1 mark, they are 6. Those that score 2 marks, they are 8. Those that score 3 marks, they are 6. Those that scored 4 marks, they are 4. Okay, they are 5. So if you add all the frequencies, it gives number of students, and that is 25. C is the correct option. Question 30, you are asked to calculate the mean of the distribution. Now, the distribution involves marks and frequency. That is grouped data. The mean is obtained using summation fs over summation f. So, for the first one, you have 1 times 6 plus 2 times 8 plus 3 times 6 plus 4 times 5 over 25, sum of frequency that we obtain in question 29. So if you multiply together, you have this result. If you add, you have 60 over 25. If you divide, you have 2.4 as the mean. C is the correct option. Peter Course Simplified Maths. If you are watching and view from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share PSM videos. If you are watching and view from Facebook, follow and like the page for more updates. Also share PSM videos. Question 31. What is the median of the distribution? So we have the table with the marks and frequency. To find the median, what we need first is the median class, and that is only possible if we know sum of frequency, that is 25. This sum is odd, so when the sum of frequency is odd, to get the median class, you add 1 to it and divide by 2. If it is even, there is no need of adding 1. So you have 25 plus 1 over 2, that is 26 over 2, and you have the 13th position. So in the frequency, you keep on adding them until you get to the 13th position. So you have 6 is less than 13. You add 6 to 8. So 6 plus 8 is 14. 14, okay, is 14. Now 13 is contained in this place. The sum of 6 and 8, and the mark there is 2. So the median mark or the median is 2. A is the correct option. Question 32. Which of these statements about y equal to 8 root m is correct? From the options, you need to multiply through by log to base 10. So you multiply through by log to base 10 in this form. You know product implies addition. So if the log should go through, you have log y equal to log 8 plus log root n, and root implies power of 1 over 2. Because the base is 10, by power law of logarithm, 1 over 2 is used to multiply the log in this form. By this, D is the correct option. Question 33. If s plus 0.4y is equal to 3 and y is equal to 1 over 2s. Find the value of s plus y. So this is the first equation. In order to remove this decimal number, you need to multiply through by 10. So you have 10s plus 4y equal to 30. Divide through by 2. You have this result. Let's call that equation 1. This is the second equation. Multiply through by s by 2 to clear fraction. You have 2y equal to s. Let's call that equation 2. In equation 2, s is already standing alone. So let us substitute equation 2 into equation 1. This is equation 1. Anywhere you see s, replace it with 2y in this form, and you have 12y. That is 5 times 2y, 10y plus 2y. You have 12y equal to 15. Divide through by 12, so y is equal to this, and it reduces to 5 over 4. From equation 2, s is equal to 2y, and y is 5 over 2. So s becomes 2 times 5 over 4, rather not 2, 5 over 4. If you reduce 2 and 4 by 2, this becomes 5 over 2. Therefore, s plus y is equal to 5 over 2 for s plus 5 over 4 for y. The LCM is 4. Divide 4 by 2 is 2. 2 times 5, you have 10. Divide 4 by 4 is 1. 1 times 5 is 5. If you add, you have 15 over 4. That is improper fraction. If you convert to mixed fraction, you have 3 whole number, 3 over 7. C is the correct option. Question 34. Express 3 minus s minus y over y as a single fraction. You can write these 3 as over 1 to have a balanced fraction. The LCM is y. If you divide y by 1, you have y times 3. You have 3y. Now followed by minus. If you divide y by y, you have 1. Now, because here is minus and you have 2 terms, s minus y, coming after the minus sign, you have to put them in brackets in this form, so that if you open the bracket with minus 1, you have 3y plus 3y minus s plus y. That is minus times minus is plus. If you add like terms, 3y plus y is 4y minus s over 4 over y over y. That is the single fraction. By this, D is the correct option. Question 35. Find the coefficient of m in the expansion of this. Coefficient is that number that multiplies a letter. So you need to expand this first. So when expanding, the first term times first term, second term times first term, second term. So m over 2 times m over 1. That is m squared over 2. M times m squared. 2 times 1 is 2. M over 2 times 2 over 3. That is 2m over 6. You use the second term. Minus 3 over 2 times m over 1. You have minus 3m over 2 and minus 3 over 2 times plus 2 over 3, that is minus 1. So we need to add these two terms in order to get the coefficient. So this term remains the same. For these terms, the LCM is 6. So you have 2m minus 9m. That is, divide 6 by 2 is 3. 3 minus 3m, you have minus 6m, then minus 1. If you subtract, you have m squared over 2 plus minus 7m over 6 minus 1, and that implies this. So the coefficient of m is minus 7 over 6. In mixed fraction, minus 1 whole number 1 over 6. D is the correct option. Question 36. In the diagram, MN is parallel PO. Angle PMN is 112 degrees. Angle PNO 129 degrees. Angle NOP is 37 degrees. And angle MPN is equal to y. Find the value of y. To get the value of y, you have to look at triangle PMN. Now, this angle is needed. To get this angle, you have to get this angle from triangle NOP. So if you add the three angles in triangle NOP, the sum is 180 degrees. That simplifies to this. You get this angle to be 14 degrees. Now, angle NPO is equal to angle PNM. That is this angle, alternate angles, because line MN and PO are parallel. So in triangle PMN, if you add the three angles, the sum is 180 degrees. So y is equal to 180 degrees minus 126 degrees. The sum of these two angles, and that is 54 degrees. B is the correct option. Question 37. If set P is equal to prime factors of 210 and Q equal to prime less than 10, find P intersection Q. Looking at Q alone, you don't need to do much because prime factor less than 10 are also in 210. So for less than 10, the prime factors there are 2, 3, 5, 7. They are also in 210. So the intersection is 2, 3, 5, 7. That is option D. Mind you, prime numbers are numbers with two factors 1 and itself. D is the correct option. Question 38. Alfred spent 1/4 of his money on food, 1/3 on clothing, and saved the rest. If he saved this amount, how much did he spend on food? Solution. Let Alfred's total money be S naira. From the S naira, he spent 1/4 of it on food. So you have 1/4, 1/3 on clothing, and he saved 72,000 naira. All the amount he spent and the one he saved is equal to the total money S. So let's transfer all the S to one side. You have this result. If you simplify this, you have 72000 equal to 5 over 12S. To get S, multiply through by 12 and divide by 5. So S is equal to this, and that is 172,800. The amount he spent on food is 1/4 of S, and S is this. So you have this result. If you divide this by 4, you have 43,200 naira. A is the correct option. Question 39. Solve 27 over 125 to the power of -1/3 times 4 over 9 to the power of 1/3. This minus sign needs to disappear. If you apply negative index, since the base is fractional, you simply interchange the position of numerator and denominator. The power becomes positive. 1/3 means cube root. So cube root of 125 is 5. Cube root of 27 is 3. 1/2 here means square root. So square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 9 is 3. If you multiply, you have 10/9. Mind you, you don't find LCM when you are multiplying fractions. You multiply numerator against numerator and denominator against denominator. B is the correct option. Question 40. The sum of the interior angles of a regular polygon is 1,800 degrees. How many sides has the polygon? Find n. That is the meaning. Sum of interior angles of a regular polygon is obtained using this formula, and that sum is given to you as this. So you equate it to the formula. If you divide through by 180 degrees, you have 10 equal to n minus 2. Transfer minus 2 to the other side, you have 10 plus 2 equal to n. Therefore, n is equal to 12. B is the correct option. Pythagoras Simplified Maths. If you are watching and view from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, like and share PSM videos. If you are watching and view from Facebook, follow and like the page for more updates. Also share PSM videos. Question 41. The diagram is a circle with center O. P, arrow, S, T are points on the circle. Find the value of angle P, arrow, S. That is this angle. Let angle P, arrow, S equal to Y. Now 8S is equal to 2Y. Angle at center is equal to twice angle at circumference. Divide through by 2. Y is equal to 4S. You call that equation 1. Now this angle here, Y plus angle S, is equal to 180 degrees. You have the reason. You call it equation 2. To continue, you need to substitute equation 1 into equation 2. This is equation 2 and this is equation 1. Anywhere you see y in equation 2, you replace it with 4s in this form. You have 5s equal to 180, divide through by 5, s is equal to 36 degrees, angle PRS that is equal to y that is equal to 4s is now 4 times 36 degrees, that is 144 degrees. 144 degrees. A is the correct option. Question 42. The diagram is a circle of radius OQ equal to 4 cm. T arrow is a tangent to the circle at arrow. Angle TPO is 120 degrees. Find PQ. So we have to get from here to here. Now we need this angle, that is 180 minus 120 degrees, angles on a straight line. So this angle is 60 degrees. Now OQ is a radius and O arrow is also a radius. So you have 2 radii. So considering this angle O arrow and OP, because for us to get PQ, you need to get OP first and subtract 4 from it. So you have sine 60 degrees equal to opposite O arrow over hypotenuse OP. You have it in this form. If you clear the fraction, you have this result. You make OP the subject, you have this and this. When you divide, OP is equal to this. Now PQ is OP minus 4, and that is 0.6189. To 2 decimal places, you have 0.62 centimeters. C is the correct option. Question 43. If s and y are variables and k is a constant, which of the following describes an inverse relationship between s and y? This is inverse relationship between s and y. We always replace the symbol of variation with equality sign and multiply the right hand side with constant k. From the options, you need to make y the subject. So you have sy equal to k, divide through by s. Y is equal to k over s. B is the correct option. Question 44. In the diagram, S arrow is equal to Q arrow. Angle S arrow P is 65 degrees. Angle arrow PQ is 48 degrees. Find angle P arrow Q. That is this angle. Now, by these markings, it means triangle QRS is an isosceles triangle. For that reason, the base angles are equal. This angle is equal to 48 degrees. Angles in the same segment, that is what you have here. The base angles are equal. So here is also 48 degrees. That is this statement. This one angle has 2 sub-angles. So we are considering 4 angles in triangle RQS. If you add them together, the sum is 180 degrees. You have this result and you have this after addition. You make angle PRQ the subject and you have it to be 180 degrees minus 161 degrees, and that is 19 degrees. D is the correct option. Question 45. At what value of s will y be negative? So you look at the graph, try and get the scale. The scale here is 1 centimeter to 1 unit on s axis and 1 centimeter to 5 units on y axis. Now this point here of intersection, at this point y is 0, y is not negative. So point 3 is there, but at that point s is not equal to 3, because when s is 3, y is 0, not negative. So by the given scale, here becomes 0.5. That is half of it. 0.5, that is 1 over 2. At this point also, y is equal to 0, not negative. So we take points that are less than 1 over 2 and less than 3 as well. By this explanation, you have C as the correct answer. Mind you, this side, the values are negative. So you take values that are less than minus 1 over 2. Question 46. What is the gradient of y equal to 2s squared minus 5s minus 3 at the point s equal to 4? So this is the gradient formula, and you have the triangle where you have the gradient at 4, where s is 4. That is somewhere here. So from this triangle, you trace this point to the y axis, that is y2, 20. This point you have here, y is 0. Then from here, this first point here is s1, that is 3.2, and you have this point as s2, that is 5, going by the scale. Now by this scale, if 1 cm is 1 unit, it means one line is 0.2 on the s axis. So after 3 here, you have 3.2 for s1. That is what you have in this place. If you subtract, you have this result. Divide, you have 11.1 as the gradient of the curve at s equal to 4. Question 47. The diagram is a polygon. Find the largest of its interior angles. Now all the angles you have are exterior angle because they are outside the polygon. We need to get s first. So to get s, if you add all the exterior angles, the sum is 360 degrees. That is 12s equal to 360 degrees. Divide through by 12, s is 30 degrees. You are asked to find the largest of 8 interior angle. Now interior angle plus exterior angle is 180 degrees. If you make interior angle the subject, you have it to be 180 degrees minus 30 degrees, and that is 150 degrees. D is the correct option. Question 48. The volume of a cuboid is 54 cube centimeters. If the length, width, and height of the cuboid are in the ratio 2:1:1, 1 respectively. Find its total surface area. This is the formula for total surface area. So we need the various side. Now, from the given ratio, the first one is length. That means the length is 2s. The ratio is 2s. Width is equal to height, and that is s. So we are taking the size to be s. For a cuboid, the volume is length times the width or breadth times height. The volume is 54. You have 2s for the length times s and times s for the width and height. Divide through by these two first. You have 27. You multiply s by s by s. You have s cube. To get s, take the cube root of both sides, and s is equal to 3 centimeters. Now the length, that is 2s, becomes 6 centimeters. The width and the height are equal, 3 centimeters respectively. So you come back here, the length is 6 times the breadth or the width, that is 3, plus length times height, 6 times 3, the breadth or the width times height, that is 3 times 3. That simplifies to this, and you have 45 times 2 equal to 90 square centimeters. B is the correct option. Question 49. A side and diagonal of a rhombus are 10 cm and 12 cm respectively. Find its area. Area of the rhombus is half times the product of the two diagonals, but you only have one diagonal as 12 cm. So the side is 10, diagonal is 12. Half of it becomes 6 from the point of intersection. By Pythagoras rule, you need to get the second diagonal, but you can only get from here to here. If you use Pythagoras rule, this place becomes 8. That is, the hypotenuse square of 8 is equal to square of this side plus square of 6. If you make this side the subject, you have 100 minus 6 equal to 100 minus 36 equal to 64. So to get this side now, you take the square root of 64, that is 8. So the whole of this diagonal becomes 8 plus 8, or 2 times 8, that is 16. So the area becomes 1/2 times 12 times 16, and that is 96 square centimeters. Question 50. Factorize completely 32s squared y minus 48s cube y cube. Solution. This is the given problem. Each term you factor out its HCF, highest common factor. 32 and 48. The HCF is 16. The HCF is 16. So if you factor out 16, you have 2 and 3 remaining. Remember, the term you factored out is used to divide through. So if you divide 32 by 16, you have 2. Divide 48 by 16, you have 3. Now look at s squared here and s cubed. The HCF is s squared. If you factor out s squared, nothing is remaining here. then 1s is left. Now look at y and y cube. The HCF of y and y cube is y. If you factor out y from this place, no letter is left there, but here you have y square remaining. So this is the complete factorization. By this, A is the correct option. Pythagoras Simplified Maths. If you are watching and view from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe for more updates. Like and share PSM videos. If you are watching and view from Facebook, follow and like the page for more updates. Also share PSM videos. To end this paper, you need to say this: if you are not safe, your life is in crisis. To avoid that, give your life to the one that can save you, and that is the Lord Jesus Christ, and confess him as your Lord and personal Savior every day of your life. If you are saved already, congratulations. Live righteously and be prepared, because on the last day some will be taken and some will be left. Take good care of yourself, stay out of trouble, study your books, do the needful at all times, flee every appearance of evil, don't defraud others to make money, use your hands and your brain to work genuinely and legally, and the Lord will bless you. Goodbye and stay tuned.